Breaking news from the stadium tonight as an anonymous fan foot the bill for 55,000 hot dogs, bringing that sweet tubed meat to everyone in attendance.
Free dogs! Yeah!
55,000 hot dogs? What does that even cost? While the identity of this Frankfurter philanthropist remains anonymous, their all-beefy generosity will go down in history.
The new Mega Millions. More to win means more to give. How you spend it is up to you. Yeah!
For game odds and details, visit SCEducationLottery.com.
It's John Jay and Rich. Text us. Text JJR, whatever you want to say, to 96893. Here's a text. Because the beauty, one of the cool things about our show is that if you can't listen to us live, you can listen to our podcast. This 218 number says, I just listened to the Christmas Wish. I've listened to so many of them before, but this sure pulled at my heartstrings, made me tear up. You can donate to Christmas Wish at loveupfoundation.org. So we want to get into, I don't know, people that have hit on you, right? That are just, it was awkward, right, Peyton? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it was really awkward. So I've told you guys, I coach high school girls basketball, and we're right in the middle of basketball season right now. And we had a game last night, and I'm literally like, our team is warming up, and I'm out on the court with the girls, you know, making sure that they're focused and communicating and, you know, giving tips and pointers and things like that. And so I'm standing there, and this guy comes up to me randomly, and I'm like, hi, like, we're literally in the middle of doing something, like, can I help you? And he's like, hey, yeah, I actually just reffed the freshman game. What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Is this your first year coaching? And I'm like, hey, my name's Peyton. No, this is my fourth season. Can I help you? Like, I'm in the middle of doing something. And he was like, are you single? And I was like, no, I'm not. He was like, well, you don't have a ring on your finger. And I was like, that's right. I don't. I'm waiting on that. Thank you for the reminder. But I'm not single. And he was like, well, can I have your number? And I said, no, I am not single. I'm in a relationship. I've been with my boyfriend for 4.5 years, and I'm waiting on him to propose to me. And he was like, well, can I follow you on Instagram? And I was like, you can follow the John Jay and Rich Show on Instagram, and then you can catch me that way. And it was the most awkward thing ever. I was like, can you believe?
You're like, how many times do I have to say no?
I know.
In different ways.
No, and like, I'm not going to give you my personal Instagram so you can be blowing me up in my DMs.
That's weird that he didn't back off right away.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, catch a hint.
I kind of admire the boldness of just introducing yourself, but once you get the note to back off, you back off.
That's what I'm saying, because like a lot of times, you know, everything like that comes through social media and DMs and things like that. You don't really, I can't tell you the last time somebody has walked up to me and been like, hey, can I have your number? It's been a really long time. And I was just like, get the hint, dude. Move. Beat it.
But it's also kind of flattering.
It was very flattering. And then I told my head coach, I was like, I'm not doing my makeup at work anymore. I'm not doing my makeup at basketball games anymore, because it's actually the second time that that's happened.
Did you tell your boyfriend?
Season. Yeah, I told him right when he got home.
What did he say?
Well, I think I kind of threw him off his tracks a little bit.
You're like, so I gave him my number.
Oh my God, no, I would never do that. I would
like, you better put a ring on it, sir.
I mean, he's right. I don't have a ring.
What did he say though when you told him? He was just like,
well, he was so persistent. Literally, that was the exact conversation. Oh, Kadeem? Oh, he was like, okay. And he was like, did you give him your number? I was like, no. He was like, is that how that conversation really went? I was like, yeah. And that was it.
I remember when my wife was, because we're in here all the time, and you got to drop off kids and pick up kids at school. And our kids were in elementary school. And I remember she went to go, every day she'd drop them off, and every day she'd pick them up. And this dude in a suit gave her flowers one time.
I remember that. I was like, are you jealous?
I was like, that is so nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was flattering, but I was just like, take no for an answer, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I guess. I was like, I have a lot of friends that I'm sure would love to date you. Go find one of them somewhere.
I got a guy. You know the guy I told you about, the podcast that I just did? The guy from The Bachelor?
Oh, yeah.
This is going to sound stupid or arrogant or whatever, but he's 31, 32 maybe, and single. And I was like, bro, I can find you a girl. I know I can. And then I thought about it after I left. He was on The Bachelor. You know what I mean? And then he was on The Bachelorette.
He had this
and he was like,
literally.
He had like a network trying to find him. And then I thought, yeah, I'm better than that. I've set up now, I think 6 people out of the. I've set up a handful of people now, but 6 people now are in relationships that I set up.
You set up a few marriages, though.
That's right, 5 marriages.
Yeah,
but the last couple
married.
I set up, they're living together now.
Wow.
So I kind of felt like I could show The Bachelor, the TV show, that maybe they need to hire me as a consultant if I was to get this guy a girl.
What kind of girl would work for a guy like that?
I don't know. I was trying to think of any women because he's 31, 32, so I would probably go 25, 26-year-old maybe. But I don't know any. That's the thing. I don't know anybody. I know a handful of great guys, but I don't know any single women.
You're going to get inundated now because everybody's looking for somebody.
From the show.
I actually thought about that. I thought about that for Jenna. But I don't know him well enough yet.
You don't know the compatibility.
Right, him and I had a text exchange after I did the podcast, and then yesterday I talked about him on the show. So I don't know if that was a negative spin or a positive spin on him, but I haven't heard back from him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I don't know if he got. We didn't say anything bad about him, right?
No, I don't.
I don't think so. I mean, I really enjoyed
You
my
said
time.
all great things.
Okay, good. Anyway, I didn't tell you guys this. I don't know why I didn't tell you guys this, but last Monday I was working out and I tore my pectoral muscle right here. I tore it like badly where it got purple and black and blue.
Above your
your right chest muscle.
Okay.
Right. So I didn't know how to rehab it or didn't know what to do because I left to Hawaii the next day. Right. So I was I couldn't even do one push-up. Let's just say one push-up. Right. So it was pretty bad. And I think I've told you guys about my wife's had all these back problems, right?
Yeah.
So she found this one doctor. His name is Dr. Singh, Singh. And he's like this miracle worker. And he saw things in her MRI that no one else saw. She doesn't need surgery. She has a torn, what do you call this muscle back here? Hamstring. She has a torn hamstring that no one ever saw. That's what our back pain is. So he's got this machine. It's called shock treatment. And she bought like 3 sessions and he shocks her. Then he gives her this injection and he's like, you will be fine soon. Just stick with me. Right. So yesterday she said to me, do you want to come with me to the doctor? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I drove her there and I watched the treatment and I'm in this room with this doctor and her for a long time. Right. So and he's talking, he's from India and we're talking back and forth about stuff and he's working on her. And then at one point, he's telling me about the machine he has. And I was like, for example, would it heal? Because it heals with like magnets and it heals with like laser and stuff. And it's more powerful than anything, right? It heals tendons and stuff. And so like, could you fix my pec? He's like, what happened to your pec? And I tell him, he's like, let me see, take off your shirt. So I'm like, oh, yeah. So I take off my shirt. He looks and he starts poking around and goes, oh yeah, you tore this thing. So next thing you know, he's doing an ultrasound. Next thing you know, Blake's just laying on this table, and this guy's not working on me like it was about. Yeah, and he's working. So he gets the machine. He starts putting the machine on my chest. And he starts doing an ultrasound on my chest. He's like, "Dude, that's like level 2 tear.
Dang.
It's really bad."
Can you feel it when he's doing all that?
It hurts. So he goes, "Let me put." So he puts the machine on me, and he goes, "Can you come back Friday?" And so I'm like, "Yeah, I can come back Friday." So I got an appointment on Friday. So when we're done with that. We're leaving there, and there's this weird little strip mall that has a couple of random shops. It's got a Thai chili to go. It's got like an acai bowl place, and it's got there's like a workout gym there, right? And so Blake goes, let's go get an acai bowl. So we stop in there and get an acai bowl, and in fact, it was a fantastic bowl. It was like mango meshed with coconut and all this stuff. I forget the name of the place. Called Playa Bowls, maybe. They only have one location, but it was fantastic. So I'm like, this is a good date. It's a good date night. Go get a little work on the pec. You get a little work on your back. So now, Friday, tomorrow, I have an appointment with him at 4. And she's coming with me. Now it's about me. And then we're going to go get the acai bowls.
That's a date.
It's a good Friday night date.
Look at that.
Take it where you can get it, pal.
The way the way dating evolves when you're married is a little bit different. Now we go get body work. We go get body work, and then who knows what happens. But then my son's got a basketball game, so that's our date night tomorrow. A little shock therapy. When you say shock therapy, it makes me think more mental stuff.
Well, you could use that too.
Yeah, can you put this on my head?
Have him put a little extra in there for you.
So shout out to Dr. Singh. Oh, but I was going to tell you. So this gym that's in between the juice place or whatever, right? So outside the windows of the gym, they show like a Pilates machine and they show a VersaClimber, which is this horrible cardio machine.
It's the worst thing ever.
It's the worst thing ever. And it implies that they have this whole gym is full of these machines. So it's dark. So I decided to go walk up to the window to look in to see, is this a class for these VersaClimbers? That's crazy. So I walk up the window because it's dark and tinted windows. I stick my head up in the window to look, so I got my hands over my eyes. I'm looking in the window, and it's a whole bunch of women doing Pilates. There's none of those machines, and they all stop to look at me. And now I'm standing in this mirror.
Are you mouthing?
Looking like the biggest perv.
Totally.
And I was like, oh, no. I just wanted to look at the cardio machines. Oh, God.
Like, what's this guy doing?
Right.
Well, maybe their marketing is like, we do Pilates, you don't have to use a Versa climber here. Maybe that's what they're
Either
trying to tell
way,
you.
all these people turned to look at me, and I had to take steps backwards slowly to get away. I had no idea that I was going to be looking at all these women working out.
Oh my gosh.
I felt so terrible.
How awkward.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What are you looking for in a new smart TV? 4K picture quality? High quality and immersive sound? A sleek design? All of those are givens, but only the new Roku Pro Series has all of those and the Roku streaming experience, an award-winning OS. Get fast, easy access to all your apps like iHeart, where you can stream all your favorite music, radio, and podcasts all day, and regular all-inclusive trips to Roku City. The new Roku Pro Series, a smart TV built by the streaming pros.
I'm Molly Roberts.
And I'm Drew Goins. Each Friday on Impromptu, we talk through the questions we can't stop thinking about.
Do we need to rethink how much we drink?
Why are companies really asking workers to come back to the office?
Does boycotting a business actually work?
Should we quit social media?
We're here when the news gets personal and the headlines hit home.
Join Molly and me every Friday on Impromptu from Washington Post Opinions.
Find Impromptu wherever you get your podcasts.
Very awkward.
One lottery ticket makes a big difference for our state students. And when I say big, I mean bigger than jackpot big. Since 2002, South Carolina students have benefited from more than $6 billion in lottery-funded scholarships and grants, including the Life, Hope, and Palmetto Fellow Scholarships. With every lottery play, you're supporting our students, and that adds up in a big way. That's why education is our middle name. Learn more at sceducationlottery.com/betteryou.